Okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, what's up?
Hey guys, what's up? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Hey guys, listen, if this is your first time, welcome. This is Thursday Thunder. It's a short podcast. It's going to kick you right in the nuts, and then I'm going to let you go do your shit. You don't have to be a CEO to listen to this podcast, guys. You have to understand that the principles of entrepreneurship and success apply to everyone. They don't just apply to people who run companies. They don't just apply to people who are quote unquote CEOs. At some point in your life, you're going to have to realize that being a person requires you to take responsibility for yourself and become the motherfucking CEO of you. So that's what this podcast is about. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell her I said hi. Here's the deal, guys. We're going to talk about two things today, all right? Two things that absolutely destroy your forward progress, your forward momentum, and your potential for success, okay? The first thing, guys, is very simple, and I snapped about this a few days ago. Some of you might have seen it. I want to talk about it more in depth right now, and that's holding on to your past victories, all right? So many people in life, we all know these guys, right? They peaked in high school. They were fucking prom king. They were quarterback of the fucking team, and they go through life and you see them 10 years later and they're sitting at the bar on a Tuesday with their fucking male pattern baldness and they're like, bro, back in the day, I was the fucking man. And they can't pay their fucking bills. They're driving a hunk of shit and they turn into basically a complete accelerated version of themselves, which is a douchebag. And they haven't done anything with their lives, right? And we see these people all the time. And the reason these people don't progress is because they focus on the glory days. They focus on the things they have achieved in the past, and they don't let themselves work towards a better future. And guys, you have to be able to look at yourself and be honest with yourself on this. If this is you, you have to stop this behavior, okay? When you focus on what you did last year or what you did 2 years ago or what you did last month or the award I won at the company function or the sales numbers that I hit and beat everybody on the squad or whatever. When you focus on this shit, guys, that is energy that you could be putting into actually improving and focusing on the task at hand, which is today, okay? Champions don't sulk in, Kobe Bryant doesn't fucking sit there and talk about how many MVPs he's won or how many championships he's won. No, the motherfucker's up at 3 o'clock in the morning practicing every day. Why do you think he is so great? He's not great because he's great. He's great because he puts the fucking work in on a daily basis and he wins every fucking day. Okay, and you guys have to understand what I'm talking about. And there goes my fucking text messages. Look, too many people get hung up on what they did. They got a raise, they got promoted, they were good at one period of time. And when you guys get hung up on that, it keeps you from moving forward, all right? And I see so many people that quote unquote used to be something become nothing and fade out and become irrelevant because they're not able to take their victories in stride and just say, hey, that was nice, but today I'm back to work. If you won a fucking award at your company banquet last week, this week it doesn't matter. If you won your sales team's quota this last week, this week's a new week, okay? Just like they say in baseball, you're only as good as your last at bat, all right? And that is what you need to focus on. You cannot hang on to past victories and awards and all this shit and talk about how great you used to be, because if you do that, you're going to not be great anymore. And that's the easiest way I can say it. All right, so I see so many of you guys, especially business owners, especially employees, doing that because they are in a situation of, I did this one time or I did this, good thing last year, and they think that carries them through. And guys, it's not going to carry you through. It's just not. Congratulations on being good at one time, but what'd you do today? Did you win? Did you lose? That's what you need to be asking yourself. And when you string wins together, guess what? You win. When you string losses together, guess what? You lose. And if you want to hear more about this, the Powerless podcast, It's killing it every day. It's back in the very beginning. Go back and listen to it. I'll show you exactly how to win every fucking day. So guys, quit holding on to your past victories. The reality is nobody gives a fuck except you anyway. Okay, and concentrate that energy on becoming better, developing your skills, winning today so that you can continue to do the things that you love, which is win shit. All right? 2, what is the other thing that kills success? All right, and it is this mentality, guys, especially for you guys who are employees looking to create value amongst yourselves within a company, and some business owners do this too, believe it or not. But they have the mentality that they're going to show up, they're going to put in their time, they're going to do the bare minimum, okay, of what is expected of them and what they are paid for, okay? So there's a difference here that I want to delineate for you guys, all right? There are people who show up to work and hide in the corner and don't do shit and expect to keep their job. Then there are people who show up to work, put in the effort, do what they're paid to do, and then go home and talk about how great of a fucking employee or an asset they are to the company. All right, guys, look, newsflash. You are paid to do that shit. You cannot come to work and expect to do what you are paid to do and expect to become an extremely valuable, extremely important, extremely appreciated asset to a company, especially a growing company that is moving forward. Guess what? You're going to have to do more. And nobody likes to hear that shit because they think, oh, that's more work. Well, hey, look at it this way. What you do and what you're expected to do pays the bills. What you do on top of that and the investments you make at home in reading, personal development, extra shit that you could bring to the company, ideas, the extra things, that's an investment in your future. All right, so you have what pays the bills now, and then you have what's going to pay the bills 20 years from now. All right, and you have to think about that now so that in 20 years from now, you're not going back and saying, man, I wish I would have done that. Because that's something that so many young people think. They they got their $400 a month apartment. They go out on the weekends. They've got wine, they've got beer, they've got a little weed, they smoke it, and they think they got life made. And the reality is, dude, you do not have fucking life made, because if you don't put in the extra shit on top of what is expected and what you're paid to do, you're going to be doing that same shit when you're fucking 40. Because the myth that life is going to automatically manifest this whatever the fuck dream that it is you have is not going to happen. You're not going to flip the switch at 30 years old and have the big house, the nice cars, and a fat bank account just because you wished it. You got to put in the work now. And that work compounds and accumulates and puts you in a position to have that opportunity when you are of that age. If you guys are 20 years old and you're saying, oh, this guy's old and he's fucking blah, 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 I'm talking out of fucking experience. This doesn't just happen. So many of you young motherfuckers think that this shit just happens. You think, I'm going to fucking show up, I'm going to put in my time, and then I'm going to fucking be rich, and I'm going to be balling like Rick Ross, and fucking all these bitches. And that ain't what happens. You know what's likely going to happen with that attitude? You're going to be 37 years old, living in your mom's fucking basement, yelling at her for some motherfucking meatloaf. That's what's going to happen. All right? So guys, you've got to do more. You've got to become valuable. You've got to understand that what you get paid to do is the minimum. And everything on top of that is your investment in your future. All right? So we have quit holding on to your past victories and do more than what you're paid to do. And I know there's some cynical motherfuckers listening right now saying, but Andy, you're just a CEO trying to get your employees to work for free. No, motherfucker. This is the way the world works. The world does not reward people who do the minimum. The world rewards people who do far more than what's expected, to the point where I, as a CEO, have to look at those people and say, dude, I cannot lose that guy. That guy's so fucking valuable to the company. I cannot let him go. I cannot lose him. And whatever somebody else is going to pay him, I got to pay him more because I cannot afford to lose him. And that's the position that you should be looking to leverage as an employee right now. Okay? And I will go back and listen to what I just said about 5 million fucking times. All right, guys? So look, stop holding on to your past victories. do more than what you're expected to do, and you're going to be able to move forward. And if you want an actual particular plan to go check this out, go listen to Kill It Every Day podcast. It's way back in the beginning. I'm not sure which one it is because Vaughn's not here to fucking rip that statistic off for me. And I'm here alone, and I really don't know shit other than how to talk in this microphone. So, guys, go do that stuff. I'll talk to you on Tuesday, and quit being a little fucking bitch.
Shut up. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Okay. What's up? Shut up. Okay. What's up? Shut up.